So you were inspired as a youngin, watching certain programs, seeing certain things on TV. What were some things
Yep.
that your early memories of things that inspired you? Was it like certain TV shows, or was it certain graphics that was like corny, and you was like, "Yo, I could do better than this." What was in like
But
inspiration
you
for
know
you?
what? I'm gonna be honest. Watching sports games.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
So
into
let's think
sports?
about it. Basketball and football. As a matter of fact, okay, so here's a fun fact. How about I was recruited by Xavier to play basketball?
Mm. Who was that?
They sent me a letter, Xavier University in
Got you.
Louisiana.
Mm.
And they recruited me, sent me a letter and everything, asked me if I wanted to come down and try out for the hoop squad. And instead, I decided to stay local.
Mm-hmm.
And I redshirted my freshman year from Oakland University
Mm.
for the women's basketball team. OU was just in their second or third year of being Division One.
Mm.
So that's my little backstory. Then I got plenty of family members and everything that have been a part of, collegiate and professional sports. But I will watch all these games, and I was always trying to figure out, okay, so we know the history of, Lakers and the Celtics, how there's always some storyline.
Mm.
And so my brain would always be trying to figure out how in the world are they having this storyline run from pre-show to throughout the game to post-game reports. And then no matter what the stats were, they were kicking out graphics like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of these animations and how they were doing the photography and how they were making so many different things happen and how in the world are they able to turn over replays so quick. All of that stuff intrigued me.
Facts.
So it wasn't just movies,
Yeah.
it was the professional games as well.
Wow. Got you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
everything when it comes down to a storyline, everything is a LeBron James, King James storyline these days when it comes down to NBA basketball.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers history. And so what is that story? And then creatively, how can that story be portrayed creatively or visually and
Mm.
even as a whole direction audibly in the whole nine?
Mm. Wow. So you began to see, as you were playing sports, you were watching the different programs and the different games and events that came on, and that's crazy because I had a similar type of situation. Me being a high school football player, I've seen certain games on TV that I was in, and I'm like, yo, I want to know how did they even make it look good on a high school level. I mean, of course, I expect
Mm-hmm.
it to look good, NBA or NFL, but even
Yeah,
high school sports, they had our stuff looking good, and I'm like, yo, that's interesting,
yeah.
so that makes sense how you got to where to the being the motivation and drive to where you are today is you being in
Yeah,
sports.
and for me, it was a matter of trying to think ahead. It's like, how fast can I think as fast as they think, and can I design as fast as they design, knowing some of the underlying and the undertones of what may happen during the course of a game,
Mm.
but can I think ahead and then pull the viewer into the whole full-fledged experience? So if I go to a Michigan State basketball game, is it the same experience as it is at home when you've got broadcasters, a team of broadcasters that's narrating the entire game?
Mm.
Do I feel like I'm in the seats?
Mm.
And what can I do creatively to
Mm.
help make that happen?
Wow, that's sweet. So did you go to school for graphics?
My degree was in information systems.
Mm.
And at Oakland University, it was the perfect blend between business and computers.
Okay.
And so within that, that was when everybody was starting to learn how to do websites
Mm.
and how everybody was trying to learn how to make their MySpace page look a certain way.
Yeah.
So you're learning HTML code, but then you're learning how to have a corporate look. So all of that came from my information systems background at OU. And then I got my computer information systems to tighten up on project management, organizational structures, some of the book heavy type stuff for my master's degree.
Wow. That's what's up. So you actually went for information systems. And how did you so you actually that's what you graduated in, or did you eventually switch to
Yeah.
graphic?
No, management information systems was my bachelor's, computer information systems was my master's.
Mm,
And I still use, a lot of it for the business sense of it. It really helped me to be the entrepreneur that I am.
hmm
But the creative aspects of it, I've always been a creative.
mm.
My degrees just helped me to be a professional creative.
Got you. And do you think you could have done the same things you've been able to accomplish even if you didn't go to school for what you graduated with?
You know, possibly, but I wouldn't have had the balance that I have. Folks can say, what they want to say about not going to school. I'm glad for the career choice, the academic career choice that I chose, because it gave me not only the connections, but it gave me the book knowledge. Because now I can hold conversations with label executives, MBA executives, and everything else. We got a Clubhouse out now.
Hmm.
I can actually be invited on stage, and I'm having conversations with the who's who.
Yeah.
I would not be able to understand the terminology to use in some of these meetings to secure the bag. So,
Mm,
yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Folks can watch YouTube and learn how to design all day long, but if behind the stage or backstage,
mm.
you don't know how to seal the deal and secure the bag,
Yeah.
you're just nothing but a designer.
Wow. So let me ask you this, and then I want to get into some slides and some things that you've been able to achieve and
Yeah,
accomplish. So compared
yeah.
to when you came out of OU
Hmm.
versus somebody that might be interested in getting to graphic design now, how important do you think it would be for somebody
Hmm.
now to go get an education or go to school to learn graphics versus YouTube University?
Well, here's the trick. With YouTube University, there's a lot of information that's out there. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of information that's out there. It's who you choose to listen to.
Mm,
Everybody needs to be balanced in understanding contractual law, copyrights and trademarks,
mm,
because a lot of people are ending up in lawsuits or unnecessary fights and arguments over who designed what.
mm,
If I copied this and I copied that, listen, design a flyer if you want to using the wrong information and get sued
mm,
and not know jack about what you're doing
mm.
and see what happened to you. You
Yeah.
might want to go get a 9 to 5 because they're gonna go ahead and rape you over the coals.
For
So
real.
my thing is, you don't necessarily. I'm gonna be honest. You don't necessarily have to go get a bachelor's degree,
Mm-hmm.
but get some sort of training
Mm,
in ethics, organizational structure, business management, something so that you can cover yourself.
mm-hmm.
Don't just be out here and be a designer
Yeah.
because, truth be told, I've watched subpar designers get picked up and be utilized and get the big bucks
Mm,
because they know how to carry themselves in the boardroom. How
mm.
do I know? I was one. I was one. I'm on conference calls and in conversations daily. And I know there's graphic designers that are out there better than me. I've got a few that I shadow.
Mm,
But because I know how to carry myself when I get up from the computer outside of the mouse and the keyboard,
mm.
that's what's helping me to be successful. This is what has made this a career and not a hustle.
Yeah. Wow, because it's a difference.
It's a big difference.
Wow. I like to say
Whew.
we ain't new to this. We true to this. You know what I'm saying? And
15 years in.
ex-
15 years
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.